All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Imola. Harry Volsmir and Adam Barker will have the front row. Andrew Lau, Simon Zierk on the second row. Mike Dolling and David Gorman have the third row. Roman Berg rounds out the field this morning. The number of Fords in this field is disturbing today, especially with Adam and Andrew having matching cars. Hopefully Mike Dolling will take care of that problem early on. As the pace car rolls, like we mentioned, Harry in a BMW this morning. That came as a bit of a surprise. I do believe this is Harry's first time in a BMW this season. Yes, indeed it is. And we haven't seen Harry in a BMW in forever. Harry's car has been fast all morning long. Parker pulling back up even to him. I can only guess who that account. Alright, here we go. Pace car is in. Harry is fired that away. And the green flag flies at Imola. And if you're wondering why I'm laughing, somebody with a new Twitch account named Definitely Doug posted in the comments, if you love Fords as much as Doug, visit Doug Quality Used Fords. Everybody coming out of the first chicane. This first part of the track is quite fast, but the second half does get a little bit technical. The McLaren's likely to have a little bit of a handling advantage out there this morning. But as we mentioned, the BMW is fast and is always very planted. Simon Zierk back and forth, closing back up on Lau. Mike Dolling in fifth, Gourmets in sixth. Roman Berg back in seventh out of the second chicane. Meanwhile, Harry continues to lead, but Adam is making his presence known. He is blinking the lights at Harry. Oh, they got a little close coming out of that final turn. But Harry in the BMW powers out and clears. He will lead lap one. Everybody's single file for the moment. It is a bit tricky to pass here. It's definitely a matter of having the momentum and outbraking somebody into the turns. There's not a lot of places to make a pass at speed. The passing here this morning will be a bit tricky for the drivers. Simon Zierk back and forth, still holding on to the top three. Mike Doling looking a little bit rusty this morning. Doling about 1.4 seconds back. We'll see if going into race 2 with the full field invert, will Doling be able to capitalize? Garmin in 6, Roman in 7. I don't expect Roman to be back here very long. Those McLarens are definitely fast, and he definitely knows how to get the job done. Harry in the BMW still out front, but Barker is going to try and set up into the first chicane. He gets a run to the outside. Harry outbrakes him. And a little bobble out of the chicane by Adam Barker. Barker did just set the fastest lap. And we've talked about in the past, the Fords just don't have the same grip. A few of the drivers, including Adam, said it was better here this morning. Watching them come out of the chicane a moment ago, I'm not sure that's the case. Andrew Lau sitting in third. Simon still on his bumper. Mike Doling still holding on to fifth. Garmy in sixth. Roman in seventh. All three drivers within about 1.4 seconds. Now remember, the whole field will invert going into race 2. As of right now, that'll put Roman Bird leading at the start of race 2. Adam's starting to look again. He's going to try and make the move to the outside again. Backs out of it. Just cannot get the momentum into the chicane. Simon Zierk closing back up on Andrew Lau. Lau losing a little bit of ground to Barker. Mike Doling back in fifth, still holding off Garmin in sixth and Berg in seventh, but those three getting closer to each other. It is great to see a lot of drivers back here today, and it being a holiday weekend in the U.S. Still missing quite a few. I expect next week an even bigger field, but don't forget GT3 NSS always looking for new drivers. If you're interested in joining, let us know in the comments and we'll make sure to get you the info. Harry's starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Barker. Oh, Barker continuing to go out wide, as did Lau. That lack of rear grip in those Mustangs starting to show. Simon back and forth is starting to get closer to Lau yet again. Meanwhile, Adam continues to lose ground to the BMW of Harry Volsmeer. The Minister of Defense looking a little rusty this morning, back in fifth place. Haven't seen Mike since Road America, so it's been about 5-6 weeks. Worth noting the season is almost over, but we still have the Nürburgring. That is definitely going to be a great way to end the season. And right now, Adam Barker leads the points over Simon. Well over 100-point lead for Barker at the moment. Simon has fought back a couple of times this season, and we thought he would make up some ground. Like what we saw at Sebring a couple weeks ago. But Simon came home on the podium for both races, and Adam swept both races at Sebring. As we approach the halfway point in race one, so far it's been a fairly tame race. Remember, going into race two, the top seven, basically the entire field here this morning is gonna invert. That's when things will get a bit nuts out here. Andrew Lau still holds on to third, but has just fallen 3 seconds back from the top two. Still has Simon on his bumper. Mike Galling and David Garman still back behind, still together. Roman Berg has lost some ground. And Barker is in the dirt. Barker going backwards. Let's see what happened to Adam. There's Barker. We've seen him constantly trying to attack on Harry. Oh, he just overshoots the kink, even on the brakes, misses the left-hander. Drifts it through the dirt, keeps it out of the wall, but gets it back on track in fourth place. Well, what can I say, folks? Ford's gonna Ford. Harry's lead now even bigger over Andrew Lau. Lau now almost 2 seconds behind. Simon Zierk in third, Adam Barker in fourth. They're all stacked up. Mike Dolling in fifth, David Garman in sixth, about 5 seconds back. Harry's lead holding at about really right about 2 seconds over Lau. Barker, who had run most of this race, in second place. That Barker looked to the inside on Simon, but didn't have enough room to outbrake him into the chicane. It's still Adam bobbling as he comes out of the turn. Despite what the Ford driver said this morning has been obvious since the drop of the green, they do not have a lot of rear grip, and a lot of practice was under the clouds, but as the sun comes out, the track temperature will go up. It's currently 78 degrees. Air temperature currently 70 degrees. But if the clouds continue to go away, these guys are just going to get a hotter and slicker track. Roman Berg has had a problem back behind. Looks like fairly minimal. Let's take a look. Looks like Roman coming into the first chicane just overshoots entry. Throws some gravel down. Will lose a little bit of time, but no big problem for him. It's worth reminding everybody, iRacing's new debris physics means Harry hits that first chicane here in a moment, and that debris is still going to be there. Will the rest of the field be impacted is the question. Harry has a little bit of a bobble, but nothing major. Looks like everybody made it through the debris that time. Adam trying to set up on Simon, just cannot get a run. Meanwhile, Harry's starting to extend his lead, now just over 2 seconds on Andrew. Simon Zierk in third, Adam Barker in fourth. Mike Dolling in fifth, Garmy in sixth, Roman Berg after that incident way back in seventh. Remember, Roman will start race 2 on the front row. And Adam Barker reclaims third from Simon for the moment. I don't think Simon's going to take this lying down, but it doesn't look like he had enough to make the attack there. Hey, good morning, Richie. How are you, buddy? How's your weekend? Harry Volsner just set the fastest lap of the morning in the first lap under the 1:43 mark. We knew Harry was fast in practice. He is flying here in race trim. Track temp still holding at 78, although I expect it's going to keep coming up. Simon Zierk has lost about 1.1 second to Adam Barker. Mike Dolling, David Garman still battle back behind. Richie, make sure you come back by tonight. I'm not sure what we're going to stream yet, but come back by and say hi. Adam Barker in third, now trying to close the gap on Andrew Lau. Harry so far has led every lap, and we expect to see the white flag next time. Harry's lead now 3.3 seconds over Lau. Barker in third. Simon losing ground in fourth. Dalling in fifth. Has started to pull a gap now on Gourmets. Whoa! Dalling has a problem. Gourmets is there. Dalling had a huge problem a moment ago. He was extremely slow out of that turn. Gourmets got right back to his bumper. It's like Dalling almost stopped on track. That has also allowed Roman Berg to close back up quite a bit. There he comes out of the final turn onto the front stretch. Do expect to see the white flag fly. And there it is. The white flag flies one more time around for Harry Volsmeer. Adam Barker back in third has caught right up to Andrew Lau's bumper. It would be a catastrophic shame if something happened to those two Fords on the final lap. Simon Zierk back in fourth, Dalling in fifth. Garmin back in the fight with Dalling in sixth. Roman Berg in seventh. Roman will start race 2 from the pole. And Harry has just dominated this race all morning long as the cloud comes back over the track and down into the final turns. Into the final turn, Harry Volsmeer scored the pole this morning, took off, hasn't looked back. Multiple attacks failed. He pulls it off. Harry Volsmeer will win race 1 at Imola. Andrew Lau coming home in second, and Adam Barker finishes in third. And both of the Fords are just in a pile of utter destruction. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Barker. Adam, it looked like your Ford had some problems this morning.
Yeah, completely driver error there. I was having a really good race there with Harry, battling it out, trying to get away around that BMW. It's pretty quick in a straight line. I feel like I had him in the second part of the lap, but he just couldn't quite find a way around. Made a slight mistake, a lapse in judgment. Just completely didn't turn for that little kink, and then turned myself into a bit of a torpedo. Try to fight back there. It was interesting. I would have liked another lap just to see what I could have done with Andrew, but yeah, good race.
Well, great job and good luck in race 2.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully it'll be a good race. We've got pretty much an entire field inverted here, so and I think Doug's given us a good race car here, so.
Good luck. Andrew Lau comes home in second. Andrew, I was disappointed by your car choice, but you still managed to hold on and come home in second. You got to be happy about that.
There's nothing to be unhappy about when you get 2 Fords on the podium, Doug.
Oh, there's a lot to be unhappy about. But anyway, congratulations. It's great to see you back on the track. It has been a while.
Thank you. Yeah, I just had to get a decent car from Doug's Quality Ford used car sales and able to get this thing out on track today.
Well, man, it was definitely a great battle between you and Adam, and man, a great finish for you. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to the Fords.
Oh, it's never gonna end. Fortunately, Harry defeated him in the BMW. Harry, I have to say thank you for driving the BMW and beating the Fords this morning.
I thought you would say that. I tried my best.
Well, you definitely had your hands full defending there in the early laps, but one
Yep.
mistake by Adam, and man, you checked out. In fact, I think with about 3-4 laps to go, you set the fastest lap of the morning.
Oh, well, that's nice, but you have to keep them behind you. That's all that matters.
Well, you definitely got it done. It was great, and it has been a while. I checked. We have not seen you in a BMW this season. I haven't had a chance to look back, but it's been a while since we've seen you in the BMW.
Yes, it has. But I tried a few cars, and this one felt okay, so I thought, let's do it.
Well, it definitely worked in your favor. Hopefully you can get back through the field quickly and get another win in race 2, bud.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Oh, Harry Volsmir, thankfully in a BMW, gets the win. I think Garmin's Ford has exploded on pit road. No, he just has no rear grip. He can't get the car pointed the right way. That is a problem with those Fords. I mean, you just can't put any power down. It's not like they have very much power, but you can't get any of it down and get the car going the right way. It just does that. Poor Garmy. Well, here in about 30 seconds, we'll see the field invert for race 2. And we'll see if the Minister of Defense, being closer to the front, along with Roman Burke and the McLarens, take the podium in race 2. We're about to find out. Get ready, folks. We're going back racing here at Imola. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race 2 from Imola. Roman Berg and Garmin on the front row. Mike Doling, Simon Zierk have the second row. Adam Barker and Andrew Lau in the third row. Harry Volsmir rounds out the field for race 2. Just waiting for Roman to get on the grid here. And it does not look like Roman Berg is going to take the grid. Hopefully he'll start from pit road. But that does move the Minister of Defense, Mike Doling, to the front row. It's been a while since we have seen Doling on track, so it's great to have him back out here. And good to see him starting race 2 up front. As they come down toward the final two turns, David Garman will be in control of the start, but we saw during the gap between races, Garman has a hard time putting the power down and getting that Mustang to go the right direction. What's going to happen on the restart here? Will we see utter chaos? Hard to know. But here we go. The Porsche pace car heads to pit road. Everybody stacked up. The noses pop as they get on the gas. They are down and away. The green flag flies here in Imola, and quickly Mike Doling goes to the lead. With the Minister of Defense out front, everybody has their work cut out for them today. A little bit of chaos coming through that first chicane. Harry already up 3 spots into 4th. Barker up into 3rd. Garmy in 2nd, but it is Doling up front pulling away. Roman Berg did not take to the track from the pit road. Looks like he is not racing. Down to a 6-car field. Unfortunately, only one McLaren. As Mike Doling pulls out to a 1.3 second lead over Garmin. Adam Barker in 3rd, Harry Volsmir in 4th, Simon Zierk in 5th, Andrew Lau back in 6th. Down at the far end of the track, out of the final turn, and it does look like Doling will lead lap 1 here at Imola. Folks, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming over the next 2 weeks, including the announcement of a favorite activity, a favorite HTSAI community event is returning in 2 weeks. Mike Doling continuing to hold the lead as Garmin and Barker battle for 2nd. And 3rd, Harry right behind him in 4th. Don't forget they will have to make a fuel stop here this morning. The track temperature has come down just a little bit. So in race 1, it was 78 degrees, now down to 75. The air temp also a degree cooler at 69. It's going to make those engines run just a little bit cleaner and a little bit more efficiently. That cooler temperature definitely benefiting the turbocharged McLaren. And Harry Volsmir just set the fastest lap of race 2. No surprise after seeing his dominance in race 1. Andrew Lau and Simon Zierk losing ground back behind in 5th and 6th as they battle it out. Simon in the BMW to the inside. Lau able to power out just a little bit sooner, pulls back up. Meanwhile, Mike Dolling, the Minister of Defense, extends his lead to 1.7, now over 2 seconds over Gorman. As Barker is on the attack, and Barker takes second. Garmin slips back into third. Harry right on him in fourth. Mike Dolling has a 2 1/4 second lead as he comes to the far end of the track and heads back up the front stretch. A 3-car battle for second, third, and fourth between Barker, Garmin, and Harry. These three all extremely fast in race 1. Could make things interesting here in race 2. Andrew Lau about 2 seconds behind Harry at the moment. But Lau is starting to gain ground on Volsmere. Right now, Harry stuck behind the Ford of David Gorman. He might not be for long. Gorman got a little wobbly out of the turn. Harry did not. Harry gets a better run down to the inside, just can't get there. Mike Dolling continuing to lead, but Adam Barker is closing the gap. Barker's Ford will have to go to tech and be checked over. Getting word he may have NOS in that car for the long straightaways here at Imola. Hey, good morning, Pudsey. And welcome in, Raiders. Hope everybody is having a great morning. Hey, good morning, Dazzy. The Dream Team is in the house. How are y'all doing this morning? Adam Barker just set the fastest lap in second. He has closed the gap now to less than a second behind Mike Dolling. But catching Mike Dolling is one thing. Passing him is something else entirely. They don't call him the Minister of Defense for nothing. Harry Volsmere has now made his way up into third. Garmin now back in fourth. Lau and Zierk are closing in as well. This field may tighten up quite a bit before pit stops, and Barker has caught back up to Dolling. Dawling still holding on to the lead. Barker looking all around as they battle it out. Harry is getting closer and closer. Hey, good morning, Trigger. Hey, good morning, Cody. How are you, buddy? Mike Dolling's nickname is the Minister of Defense for a reason. Barker has been unable to get past. Now they both have to worry. Harry is inching closer and closer. Andrew Lau now in fourth, Gourmets in fifth, Simon Zierk back in sixth. Adam's gonna try and set up out to the outside in the first chicane. Side by side through the chicane, Doling powers out ahead. They don't call him the Minister of Defense for nothing. He is making Barker work for it. That's awesome, Cody. You deserve it, buddy. Harry Volsmir now has caught right back up to Barker's bumper. The top three all nose to tail. Barker keeps looking for somewhere to make a move. But if he makes the move wrong, Harry is right there to take advantage. And Mike is definitely not going to let him pass easily here this morning. Andrew Lau and David Garman, fourth and fifth, about 3 seconds back. Every time that top three gets a little bit side by side or starts battling, these two start gaining ground. They're going to bring Simon Zierk with them. Dawling looked a little bit rusty in race one, but man, here in race two, he definitely looks like he is 100%. Harry keeping that little bit of a gap, looking for any opportunity as Lau and Garman inch closer and closer. Coming down the hill, Barker looked to the inside but didn't make the move. Out of the final turn down the front straightaway, nose to tail. Thank you, Crab. Really appreciate it. Oh, we've got an attack for the lead again into the first chicane. Can Barker hold? Barker has the nose ahead coming out of the chicane. Dolling not going to make it easy. But Barker clears into the lead now. Harry takes second. Dolling slips back into third. And Andrew Lau is now right there behind him. Lau gets a better run out of the turn. He now takes a position from Dolling. Hey, good morning, Tina. Oh, we've got problems in the battle for second. Lau goes off track. Lau is towed it into pit road. Let's take another look at this incident. Lau and Dolling side by side. Lau cuts across the apex, gets Dolling's nose, and goes off deep into the rocks. Taking a look down from the blimp. Dolling sets up Andrew. Wow. Dolling did a great job of recovering that one. Imola getting a little spicy here today. Adam Barker now has the lead with Harry Volsmere in second. Mike Dolling now back in third, Garmy in fourth, Zierk in fifth, and Lau is officially out of the race along with Roman Berg. Mike Dolling still holding on to third as Garmin closes in. Simon also right behind him. The top two have already started to pull away yet again. Whoa! Harry gets a little bit of the dirt there coming out of that final turn. Trying to pick up as much momentum as possible. Mike Dolling in third, David Garman in fourth, Simon Zierk in fifth. All three drivers within a second right now of each other. Meanwhile, the top two continue to extend that gap, and Barker is pulled to a 1.1 second lead over Harry. Folks, if a Ford wins this morning, we may never hear the end of it. Whoa, Harry has a big problem through the chicane. Did not score an off track, did not have any major problems. But he did lose quite a bit of momentum. Thanks, Cody. Mike Dolling has started closing the gap back on Harry, and Barker just set the fastest lap of race 2 and is the only driver to score a lap under the 143 mark in race 2. Remember, this whole thing could be shook up in the next 10 minutes. They do have to make fuel stops here this morning. Likely to see several drivers taking tires. Pit stops could definitely be problematic. Harry holding on in second, now 3.5 seconds back, trying to close that gap back up. Dolling in third, having to get defensive as Gorman and Zierk trying to attack. Gorman right on the back bumper of Mike Dolling down the front stretch. And looks like he's going to make the move to the outside as they head off into the first chicane. Outbreaks him into the chicane. Does he have the grip to make it stick? Dolling crosses back over. But it wasn't enough, and Gorman holds on to it for the moment. Simon briefly looked to the inside. Hey, good morning, Russell. How are you? Oh, little bobble out of Gorman. Mike Dolling trying to fight back, has the nose ahead. Whoa! Almost had some contact there. Garmy goes wide. Simon pulls by. Dolling now in third, Simon in fourth, Garmy in fifth. Imola Barker out front extends his lead now to 3.6 seconds over Harry. Just about to the halfway point. We should start. Yep, Simon is in first. Simon's here, gives up fourth. He is going to be the first one in. What will his strategy be? Hits his pit stall. Will the car go up? No, it doesn't. It'll be fuel only. Quite surprised Simon did not take tires on this one. He is down and away. Gorman had a problem a moment ago. Gorman headed into that second chicane, makes the first turn, but overshoots the exit. So easy to do here at Imola. He does get it straightened out before going through the horseshoe. Folks, don't forget, no race broadcast tonight, but you will get to see my face and my bald head as either myself, the unicorn, or both of us will be streaming tonight to bring you some entertainment since we don't have races. And over the next 2 weeks, we have some huge surprises to come, so make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTubes. As always, we have a ton of YouTube shorts coming out every day and a lot of laughs to be had there. Garmin is on pit road. Will he take tires? Does not look like it. Looks like this is going to be fuel only. Garmin is on his way back out, leaving the top 3 to make their stops. Barker's lead now 5.8 seconds over Harry, Dalling about 5 seconds back in third. Make sure you're following on Facebook this afternoon. We are likely going to bring back we're bringing back a couple of fan favorite events. The top 2 continue to stay out. Will Mike come in? Nope, he'll stay out as well. Good morning, Chrissy. How are you, buddy? Chrissy, trust me, all my years working in IT, I've been called a lot worse. I had one location, Chrissy, for years that called me dope. And Barker's going to continue to stretch it. Harry Volsmir, Mike Dolling, second and third. Harry stays out again. Mike Dolling continues to stay out as well. We have heard all season that McLaren is really good on tire wear. Tina, don't you start. Sorry, Tina, I misread it the first time and thought you were doing the same thing Quack does. It's great to have everybody on board this morning. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Don't forget tonight, because there are no races, we will hop on. Either the Unicorn or I will be streaming. So you can definitely tune in for that and a few laughs and sitting around shooting the breeze with everybody. Tomorrow night it does look like, despite the holiday, Jones BS Racing will be out on track. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, a couple of fan favorites are coming back over the next 2 weeks, so make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTube. You don't want to miss those big announcements. Well, Tina, I'm not going to tell you. Garmin has slipped back to 5th place. He had a problem a moment ago. Garmin coming down. Oh, he overshoots the turn. Keeps it out of the gravel this time. Does manage to keep his momentum up on this one. Simon Zierk has now moved up into 4th. Mike Dolling still holds 3rd. Garmin is coming back in. He had already made 1 stop as he replacing the tires. We know he took fuel only on his first stop. Yes, he is going up 4 tires. Will that mean that Barker will take tires as he comes in? The leader is in, Harry Volsmeer in right behind. These guys drove right to the limit of fuel. Barker is up, he'll take tires. Dolling also in. Harry's gonna take tires. And Mike Dolling does not appear to be taking tires on this stop. The only one in the top 3 that didn't is Adam Barker wins the race off pit road. Harry on his way out in 2nd. Dolling pulls out in 3rd. Simon Zierk in 4th is closing in quickly. After pit stops, Barker has a 9.3 second lead over Harry. The Minister of Defense about 6 seconds back in 3rd. He was gaining a little bit on Harry, but he now has to drive defensively. Simon is right there with him. Garmin, due to that, Garmin is retired. So it all comes down to this. All their pit stops are done. Barker has a big lead. Harry in 2nd, Dolling in 3rd, Simon in 4th. Adam Barker will extend his points lead if he pulls off the win. Simon comes into this morning 2nd in points. Harry comes in 3rd. Harry definitely going to close the gap on Simon today. And don't forget, folks, we will end this season at Imola, at the Nürburgring in just a few weeks. If the points get any closer, things are going to be a huge, huge shakeup. The Nürburgring always shaking things up. Adams' lead holds at about 8.8 seconds. It does look like Harry is starting to chip away, but does he have enough time left? Meanwhile, the battle for third, Dalling still has it, but Simon right there with him. That BMW sucks up close, coming down the straightaway, gets right onto the rumble strips, sets up to the inside through the first chicane, but Dalling able to power out and hold on to it. Chrissy, you're absolutely right. Finishing the season at the Nürburgring, and it's combined. So the Nordschleife and the GP course. It's definitely going to be a wild morning of racing. Harry back in second, lost a little bit of time that lap. He's now 9.3 seconds back. Barker did say after race one he was faster in the second half, but Harry was faster in the first half of the course. Meanwhile, Simon Zierk, Mike Dalling still battling it out. Will Simon set up for the move into the first chicane again? Simon not getting close enough on this run. Can't get the setup into the first chicane this time. Meanwhile, Adams' lead holds at about 9 seconds over Harry. Harry managed to keep a Ford out of victory lane in the first race, but he's going to have to step it up to do it again in race 2. Harry did set his fastest lap last time by, but Barker was still faster. Dalling still holding off Simon, but Simon a lot closer out of that final turn this time. We saw that run the BMW got a couple laps ago, but he doesn't seem to have the same momentum yet. I don't think Simon's given up quite yet, though. He's staying right on Dolling's back bumper. Adam's lead now has increased over 10 seconds over Harry. And at the moment, Mike has pulled out a 0.7 of a second gap on Simon. And Adam Barker just set the fastest lap of the race, 142.29. Track temp is coming down even more. It's now down to 73 degrees, giving these cars a little bit more grip. Air temperature still holding about 69. And humidity still extremely high at 82%, but right now, no clouds over the track. Simon starting to close back up on Dolling. Meanwhile, Barker continuing to extend his lead over Harry. We've asked this question the last couple of weeks, but where is Team Gunther and the Porsches? Hopefully we'll see Team Gunther return before the end of the season. It has been extraordinarily odd not having them. We finally got Mike Dolling back today. Giancarlo, we've only seen one time this season. Same for Xander and Avery. And we haven't seen a member of Team Gunther since Road America. Harry now 11.5 seconds back, and all hope may be gone. It's going to take a big mistake from Barker for Harry to pull off the sweep this morning. Now 11.6 seconds back with just over 6.5 minutes to go. Mike Dolling in third has now pulled a 1.3 second gap on Simon. Adam Barker just broke his own fast lap, set another record lap with 142.23. The cooling track and obviously the cloud cover coming in, helping him find a little bit more grip and a little bit more speed. Mike Dolling continuing to pull away from Simon. Remember, these two did not take tires from what we saw. Adam Barker, Harry Volsmere both took tires on that final stop, and both of them setting some of the fastest laps of the morning. The battle's still on for third. Simon inches closer every few laps. Mike Dolling, though, continuing to hold on to third, continues to earn that name, the Minister of Defense. Not making it easy for Simon to get by. Adams' lead now 13.3 seconds. Harry back in second, just cannot gain any ground. Mike Dolling in third. Now is Simon inching closer again as they go down the front stretch, and this is where Simon has been the faster of the two. You can see Barney the flagman was standing ready. As this time by, we are likely to see the white flag fly. It looks like Adam is going to lock up the win and extend his points lead on his way to his 8th championship. We really need somebody out there to come and teach Adam a lesson. Harry currently holds on to second. Chrissy, you're absolutely right. The gap between first and second and third is almost identical. And here comes Barker down the front straightaway. White flag flies one more time around. Mike Galling now has a 1.2 second lead on Simon, but out front, Barker has got it wrapped up. He just has to keep the car pointed the right way the rest of the lap. Harry Volsmir put on a valiant effort after winning race 1, but couldn't get it done again in race 2. Mike Galling back in third, has been defensive since the drop of the green and has managed to hold on to a podium finish. Adam Barker heading into the final sector on his way to another win and definitely doing everything right, headed toward his 8th NSS championship out of the final turn. Barker a 13.5 second lead down the front straightaway. Adam Barker pulls off the win at Imola. We will need Barker to go to tech immediately. That may be why he's trying to wreck the car. We'll need Barker to tech immediately. Rumor has it there's nitrous in that car. Harry comes home in second. Mike Galling holds on for third. Let's talk to our top 3. Mike, you gave me hope for a few moments early on, buddy. That was still a great run.
Yeah, it was a good. Whoa! It was a good race. I had a lot of fun out there today. Battled, tried my best to keep Adam behind me, but he was just too quick. And then Harry snuck by, but it was good. It was. I had to work my ass off trying to keep Simon and David behind me, but it was good. I had a good time.
Well, man, you definitely put on a great show. It is also great to see you back on track. Hopefully, see you the rest of the season.
Yep, I'll be back for sure.
Oh, great job today, buddy. Great to see you. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Cheers.
Harry Volsmir coming home in second. Harry, a great job with a second podium this morning. You come home in second, still a great finish, and you had some fast laps out there, just not enough.
No, Edwin was way too fast. 42.2s are beyond my reach.
Well, you definitely put on one heck of a run, and you can definitely tell every lap you were fighting for everything you had.
Yeah, but then you get off tracks and that's taking way too long. But you know how it is.
Unfortunately, I do. Man, a great job and a great morning overall. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
And folks, I'm just going to apologize in advance for this next interview. Adam Barker gets the win. Adam, another win on your way to your 8th championship.
Yeah, really good race. The Doug's used quality Ford Autos Ford there was doing really well. We sorted out the steering issues from last week. Those gremlins are definitely gone. So just head down at the start, trying to get through the pack as quick as possible. Some epic fighting with the rest of the guys as well. Mike was really strong. Couldn't find a way past him for a good few laps, and really had to brave it out around turn 1. And Harry as well was staying with me for most of the race. He was doing really well, keeping me honest.
It definitely was one heck of a fight in the early going, but as it was mentioned in the comments, you had a flawless victory. Great job this morning. Hopefully by the end of the season, you'll learn to drive another car.
Well, I mean, with Doug supplying such good Fords, I mean, why would you want to drive anything else? This car is really good. It's really quick, and it does the business.
Well, great job. Congratulations on another win.
Thank you very much.
Adam Barker gets the win, sadly, in another Ford win. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to come back tonight and shoot the breeze with us. No broadcast, but we will be online streaming either me or the Unicorn 1, so be looking forward to that. Thank you guys all so much for being here today. I hope everybody had a great time and had as much fun as we did. We will see you guys tonight. Have a good one, everybody.